Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Leal in this incarnation. Well, I am here today to leave this video that applies for the rest of 2024 and a part of the beginning of 2025. I'm going to talk about Mars. You know that I already mentioned this. Mars is going to retrograde between Cancer and Leo. And I explained that it is going to make three oppositions. It is going to accomplish a cycle of three oppositions with Pluto, but it also is connecting with the other transpersonal planets. So I am beginning this video by explaining something that I mentioned before, that we have a configuration in the sky that is called a minor grand trine with all the transpersonal planets, Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus. So these are the big cosmic planetary energies that are operating in the collective. And this minor grand trine was reactivated with more strength from 2023, 2024, and from 2025. These planets are going to change their energies because we are going to have this minor grand trine in air and fire. Right now they are in on earth and water, because Neptune is in Pisces, Pluto it is in the last degree of Capricorn. So the transits that we are experimenting these days are the last ones that we are going to see, to experiment. And Uranus is in Taurus. So from 2025, Uranus and Neptune are going to go back and forth from Uranus, in the case of Uranus, Gemini, and Taurus, and Neptune from Aries to Pisces. And definitely they are going to move to these new signs in 2026. Pluto, this 2024, is moving to Aquarius. So this minor grand trine, it is going to stay until the 2030. So we are in the moment of the greatest changes in the collective way and also in the individual. We are talking about a big transformation, big changes that are aligned that are impulsing us to align ourselves with the divinity inside, because the focal point, it is Neptune. So that's why this process that goes until 2030, the axis of power of the distorted powers are occupied in this parallel agenda, but far away from being controlled or feeling that we are controlled. Really what matters in here is our decisions along this process. This is the most important thing. So I am talking about this because Mars is already connecting with all of these planets at the moment. At the moment I am making this video, it is making this opposition with Pluto in Capricorn. Then it is going to repeat two more oppositions, but with Pluto in Aquarius during the 2025. The first part of 2025, I left that video in the description. But right now it is also creating a sextile with Uranus, retrograde in Taurus, and a trine with Neptune in Pisces, that is retrograde too. So this will also repeat in 3 cycles, and these are harmonic aspects, and that's why I think it is something very, very positive in order to move forward. So this October 24th, Mars in Cancer is creating this sextile with Uranus in Taurus. This is an energy of impulsing change, of assuming directions in whatever thing is really nourishing us. It is about putting our material resources and in the things that can actually create home in a symbolic or literal way, but also using our immaterial resources, the ones that are coded in our soul, to go through these fertile paths. In fact, this energy of water and earth, Mars in Cancer, Uranus in Taurus, it is very fertile. On October 28, we have the perfection of the trine between Mars in Cancer and Neptune retrograde in Pisces. So I already talked about this. It is active the whole week. It is about trusting in our intuition, clarity to listen to that inner voice, initiatives that can collaborate not only with ourselves, but also at the service of the collective, and everything that is actually in alignment with our soul is at service of the collective. So it is also about surrendering to the processes of change, death, and rebirth, because we are also experimenting Plutonian transits. Then In 2025, in January of 2025, we have the second cycle. January 12th, Mars retrograde in Cancer. It is making this trine with a Neptune that is direct in Pisces. So Neptune is like expanding its energy. When it's direct, it is the moment where it free its strength, its energy. We are expanding our soul and its purposes, but because Mars is retrograde, we are reevaluating the decisions that are connected with these dates from October 5th until December 6th. On January 22nd, Mars retrograde in Cancer creates the second sextile with Uranus in Taurus. The same occurs in this case. We are reevaluating here the changes, or how these changes, or what those changes were generating until that point. And probably it is about generating new changes, because Uranus is also this planet that in which we receive this insight, this creative solution, this inner call to make a radical move. So these are, initiatives in connection with our soul that are very evolutionary. But the interesting part, from my perspective, it is that on April 4th of 2025, Mars direct in Cancer creates the third sextile with Uranus in Taurus. So we are much more focused. We know which is the direction. We know which is the change that we need to assume. But on April 19th of 2025, Mars is direct in Leo and making a trine for the first time in our lives with Neptune in the degree 0 with 44 minutes of Aries. So Neptune is going to stay in the zone, in the area of Mars. And this is very linked with using our talents and gifts, assuming the leadership of our path, of our lives, in this much greater connection with spirit. This is Neptune in Aries, to open the way to the new humanity that we are generating from our own role. So I am going to talk about, of course, Neptune in Aries. I'm not going to expand on this today, but I wanted to talk about these transits because they are very, very positive ones. And even though we are going through this transformation, as I said, with the Plutonian aspects, we are also having the chance to open our way through the things that are not collaborating anymore, through the things that are collapsing in this process. So, okay, I just wanted to leave this video today. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.